Have you ever wondered on how to make like the perfect poached egg? Well, today we're going to be trying 3 different methods on how to do just that. If you want to follow the video along with me, be sure to stop the video now and get all the mise en place, all the things that you need to do this with me as we go along in the video. Now, let's get started. These are a few of the things that you're going to be needing today just to make these poached eggs. You're going to need a ladle, a slotted spoon, the whisk is optional, a little ramekin or another similar little cup of some sort. The eggs need to be out of the fridge. You need a bowl. You're also going to need some sort of measuring cup and vinegar. So either white wine vinegar, apple cider vinegar, red wine vinegar, any vinegar. The first method is the Vortex Method. We're going to be putting the pot of water on, adding some vinegar to it. This helps the eggs to coagulate. We're going to bring it up to a very, very light simmer, or more of a shimmer. Yeah? It's just under a simmer. And once you notice the water is at the right temp, we're going to start spinning the water. Now, since this is a vortex method, it will help to keep the egg in the center of the pan, and it will help to keep the egg whites together, because sometimes if you don't do this, they just separate on you. And we're going to gently add our egg yolk in. Now, this method I've used in France, I've used in Spain. It's a pretty common method to use. Gordon Ramsay uses it, Alain Ducasse, many chefs. Now, if you start to see some egg whites, the loose egg whites coming off, not to worry. This is perfectly normal with poached eggs. You have some egg whites that you can easily discard. 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, depending on the size of the egg that you're going to be cooking with. Once you notice that they start to firm up just like this, but they're still nice and, look how nice and juicy that is. The center is not firm yet. This is what you want. You want to take it out and you want to rest it on a little piece of paper or a paper towel, a napkin, anything. Now, if you don't want the egg overcooked, what you can do once you take it out of the boiling or the shimmering water is to drop it in an ice bath just to chill it. And this will prevent the egg from overcooking, because even if you take it out of the hot water, the residual heat will continue to cook through. Time for the second method. Now, this one is a little strange. Now, I first saw this method when I came to Spain and started, like getting to know the locals here and everyone, and people were starting to poach the eggs like this in their house. And to me, it was just bizarre because I've never seen it before. I could probably call this a TikTok method because I've also seen it on there. All right, so what you need like a little ramekin or a little bowl of some sort. You're gonna take some film. One thing about film that everyone can agree on, it always sticks. Okay. Add a little bit of oil to the plastic because otherwise it will not work. Be sure to get the oil in there. Also, it's a good idea to not crack on corners, although if you do, it's fine. Just don't let Uncle Roger see it because then you'll be in trouble.
Emotional, damn it!
The idea is that the plastic wrap is actually going to protect the egg from the water. So basically, this is like a very crude method on sous vide. Then you're gonna take something, either you can take another piece of film or we're gonna take a little clothes peg. Gonna leave it like that, and now we cook. You know, if I didn't know any better, I would say that this little method is a Jamie method. Oh wait, I think it is a Jamie Oliver method.
Pull in the sides like this and tighten a knot. It's really easy. And what that's gonna do is give you that perfect shape.
At least once it comes up to a light simmer, we're going to add it in. And it's a good idea if it doesn't touch the bottom, just to be safe, because you don't want the plastic melting. That's a bad thing, you don't want that to happen. The idea for this is that the form of the egg will stay pretty much what it is already. It won't lose its shape. So after about 3 minutes, 4 minutes, depending again on what the size of the egg is and also the temperature, it's gonna cook a little slower than a normal poached egg because it's not having direct contact with the water. Take it out and check it. It looks like this is done, kind of. Now be very careful because this is very hot. Plastic will melt, so you may have to cut this. Okie dokie, got a little bit of water in this. I think the plastic broke a little bit. Number 2's done. Now for method number 3. This is one method from the Food Network where we're going to be using a vinegar water mixture to actually cure the eggs before we cook them. And what you can do also with this method, and you can do it with any method really, is to take the egg and to crack it into a sieve first without breaking it. And that way you'll get rid of one or a few of the more liquidy layers of the albumin, which is the white part of the egg white. With eggs, They have several different white layers that make up the albumin, which help to protect and nourish a little chicken. Some layers are a little thicker than others. The watery layer is the layer that comes off first when we add it to the water, and this we're removing. So it's a 2-to-1 ratio of water to vinegar. 2 parts water, 1 part vinegar. Bloody hell, there goes all my vinegar. Okay, that's good enough. Now with banqueting, anytime that we need to cook a lot of like quail eggs or even normal eggs, but a lot of them, we get a big bowl like this. We forget the water, just add the vinegar straight to this, and we add in 10, 20 eggs to this bowl. The vinegar will start to coagulate all the eggs and they'll separate by themselves, and then we just add this straight to the pan. Right, so after about 4 or 5 minutes, depending again on how much acid is actually in there to denature the egg, I'm just gonna add a little bit of oil to the ladle, and we're gonna do the poached egg in the ladle to try to get more of a like consistent shape. You can tell how the vinegar has started to denature the egg a little bit. And this is what you want. So once the water is again like shimmering, we don't want this at a roaring boil.
A few moments later.
No. We're just going to cook this in the ladle. You need to add enough oil to the ladle to make sure that it doesn't stick. And even if it does stick, you need to be careful not to break it. So you may want to use a silicone spatula just to separate it. Looks like it's done. To make it a little nicer. Voila. I think it's a little overcooked. And there we have it. All 3 different types of eggs. Taste test time. Let's see how the eggs turn out. Put a little bit of molten salt on this. Which one first? Let's go with the hot one. So the last one with the ladle, it does keep the shape, as you can tell, and that's a perfect yolk. Perfect. The texture of the white is a little hard, but that's a perfect egg. The second one with plastic, it's not bad, it's still runny. As you can tell, it's still runny. The whites have accumulated here into like big globs of just white. I mean, look how thick these are. Not nice. Let's see. I prefer the ladle method to this. I should say Jamie's method, no?
And what that's gonna do is give you that perfect shape.
The second method is not that good. I prefer the ladle method to the second one. Oh, look at that. Look at that beautiful runny yolk. That is perfect. Perfectly poached egg. Okay, and we're gonna taste it, and it's delicious. A little cold because, you know, that was at the very beginning of the video, but very good. Let me know down below which method you prefer out of, well, all 3 or another method that I didn't show you here today. I may get some quail eggs and then show you how to make a bunch of poached quail eggs at once, because that can be a little tricky, but they are expensive. So, you know, we have to get a few more views with this video and then we can make that video. Don't forget to hit the like button as well as the subscribe button and the bell notification. It's that little bell next to the subscribe button. It doesn't cost you anything and it means a lot to me. The more views and subscribers we get, the more videos we can make. The more videos we can make, the better we can make them. So everyone will be happy. Until next time, take care. Be sure to check out this next video coming up here, and I will see you again soon.